Here is the answer key for Formula Quiz 3, number 1. Most people made a mistake here because they assumed that the radius is 4. It is not 4, it is slightly more than 4. Actually, you must use point 0, -1, and the center to find the distance, the length of the radius, using the distance formula. After you plug them in, you end up with radical 18, and you plug in your center of 3, -4, 2 is your option. Number 2, product of the roots is C over A. You want to first put everything in standard form, subtract 3 from both sides. A is 4, B is -3, C is -3, and we have C over A is -3 over 4. The sum of the roots is -B over A. As you can see, the coefficients of the standard form equation is 2, -13, and 17, so therefore we're going to use B, which is -13, and -13 is +13. So the answer is 13 over 2. Number 4, when they ask for the roots of the equation, one of the techniques is the quadratic formula. You can also use completing the square, although I know most people prefer the quadratic formula. So after identifying all the coefficients, A is 2, B is 7, C is -3, you plug everything in, and you end up with answer choice 3. Number 5, now remember, when you have a negative exponent, you circle the base and the exponent and you flip it onto the other side of the fraction bar. So x to the -1 comes down as x. X to the -5th goes up to the numerator as x to the +5th. Y to the -1 in the denominator goes up to the numerator, y to the +1. You simplify, y to the 4th times y to the 1st is y to the 5th. And then x to the 5th divided by x is x to the 4th, leaving answer 1 as your answer. Number 6, here we are expanding the logarithm. First thing I do is I rewrite the radical. Instead of 4th root, I'm using this to the 1/4 power. Now when we apply the power rule, we bring down the 1/4 power as a coefficient. I use parentheses, or these brackets, because all of this is in parentheses to the 1/4 power. Then I use the quotient property to change the division to subtraction. And finally, I use the power property again to bring down the second power as a coefficient of log A. Number 7, we condense. First thing I do is I take each coefficient of log and I rewrite them as radicals. I bring them up, log of m to the 1/3, log of n squared, that's actually the power property. Then I rewrite the 1/3 power as cube root of m, okay? So I think I just mixed up those properties, but still the work is correct. And finally, the quotient property takes the subtraction and rewrites this as a quotient, so the answer is 4. Number 8. Because the +5 is outside of the parentheses, this means you are actually shifting upwards. It's a vertical translation of 5 units, which means the y value changes. So -3 + 5 is +2. The answer is 1. Number 9, because we have negative f of x, right, the entire function f of x negates, and that means the y value flips from positive to negative or negative to positive. So it is a reflection over the x-axis. 3 is the answer. Whenever you get a question like number 10, the roots of the equation, blah, 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 are imaginary, real rational, real irrational, equal, unequal. You want to use the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. Plugging in all the coefficients, we have 100 minus 100, we're left with 0. And remember, when the discriminant is equal to 0, the roots are real, rational, and equal. Best of luck with you.